In the last video, we learned all about applying linear equations to word problems that have to do with geometry. Now, in this lesson, we're going to do a very similar type of lesson, except it's linear equations in sales word problems. So here we're going to talk about, profit, income, profit margin, cost, and all of that, solving sales problems with linear equations. Alright, so this is our second to last lesson of the unit. If you haven't watched our first two lessons on the introduction to linear equations, as well as the ways to solve them, linear equations are a very important skill and concept in middle school because it will set a foundation for the rest of your mathematical career. So if you haven't watched those yet, I guarantee you won't be able to understand 80% of what I'm about to say next. So I highly recommend you go and watch that first. The two learning goals for today is to accurately understand the relationship between profit, cost, and sales price in discounted sales, and to apply linear equations to solve simple discount sales problems. Okay, let's first get a sense to what these problems are like. The first question is, after the price of a product with a purchase price of $100 increases by 40%, the new price will be blank dollars. If it is sold at 20% off the list price, the sales price will be blank dollars. The profit of this product is blank dollars and the profit margin is blank. So I think lots of the math here is very basic, but what many students struggle with is the vocabulary that is used. So let's first just go through these problems and you can kind of think about what these vocabulary words might mean. If the list price of a commodity is $8 and now each item is sold at a 10% discount, then the selling price at this time would be blank dollars. A product is sold at a discount of X. This means that the list price is multiplied by blank. Okay, so first, let's look at the first question. We know a product and it has a purchase price of $100. And now it increases by 40%. So then the new price would be $140. Because you don't even need to know what purchase price means. Let's first cross that off. If you have a price of a product with a price of $100 increases by 40%, the new price will have to be $140. And then it is sold at 20% off of the list price. Well, what you do in sales is you first buy something. Say I want to sell a shirt. What I would first do is buy that shirt, say with $100, and then because I want to make a profit, I want to gain something out of the sale, I will have to sell it for a higher price than that I got it with. So then that's why I would have to increase it by 40%. The new price that I am selling it to other people at would be $140. And if I do sell this, then I would make a profit of $40. But no, in order to attract people to come and buy my product, I'm giving it a discount. So I take this list price that I already have of $140, which is what I'm hoping to make, but then I give a discount, and it is a 20% discount. So then the sales price, which is the price it is actually sold at, would be $112, because 28 is 20% of $140, and we subtract 28 from $140. So if I bought this, remember, with a price of $100 and I sold it for $112, what would be the amount of money that I gained? It would be $12 because in this entire process I gained $12. And now profit margin. What is profit margin? Profit margin is essentially the profit divided by the price that you purchased it with. So it's basically saying, so 12%, 12 divided by 100, it's basically saying out of the amount that you spent, how much did you gain? Now, all of these vocabulary, it's good that you're thinking about it, but you don't need to be mastering all this vocabulary just yet. We will be repeating this knowledge and going through tables and all of that later in this lesson. Now let's use that knowledge and look at question 2. If the list price of a commodity is $8 and it's sold at, each item is sold at a 10% discount, what is the sales price? Well, the list price is what this seller is wanting to make. But then since it has a 10% discount, I'm pretty sure you kind of know dis and count, so you take away 10% of the cost. The selling price would be 0.9 of A because you're taking away 1/10 of A as the cost. Number 3, a product is sold at a discount of X. This means that the list price would be multiplied by blank. Well, a discount of X means that out of that 100% is taking away X%. So then the list price would be multiplied by, it should be X over 100 or X%. Okay. Question 1. What are the different types of values in the previous questions? And what are the equivalent relationships between these values? Pause the video and think about this. Out of your observations, what were the different vocabulary words and the different values that kept showing up again and again? Well, that would be purchase price or cost, list price, sales price, profit, and profit margin. These are all very common vocabulary words that you have encountered in the past 3 questions. But what are the equivalent relationships between these values and what do they mean? That's what we're going to get to. Now we're going to look at the different vocabulary words and what do they mean. So the first is purchase price, the price at which a product is purchased. Or in other words, it's not always purchase price. It could be cost price, cost, anything like that. List price, the price marked at the time of sale. So this is what I'm hoping to make. This is once I purchase this product, this is what I'm hoping to make. Sales price, the price that it is actually sold at. So say the buyer and the salesperson, they negotiate and then maybe they have a discount, they end up with a discount. So that would be the sales price it is actually sold at. Profit, net income in the process of selling goods. So profit is equal to selling price minus purchase price. So what this means is if you take away the amount that you gained and you subtract the amount that you spent at first to get that price, what is the total money that you gained back? So that would be profit. And now profit margin. So profit margin would be it's just looking at the profit as a percentage of the purchase price. So it would be, so sometimes it is also called profit rate, but here it says profit margin, but in some problems you will see it as profit rate. So it's really the profit divided by purchase price times 100%. So I want you to pause the video and kind of copy this down because this is essential to understanding the problems that we will be looking at later. Explain. What is the equivalent relationship between each value in the discount sales word problems? I want you to think about this. Using the vocabulary words we just went over, what is the equivalent relationships between each of the values in sales word problems? So we know the purchase price would have a price increase to get the list price, and then it would have a discount or reduction to get the sales price. And then after subtracting the purchase price from the sales price, we have the profit and the profit margin. We also know that the price plus the price increase is equal to the list price. So yeah, that's list price. And list price times discount rate is equal to sales price. Sales price minus purchase price is equal to profit. So that's a lot of concepts and equations right there. But just looking at this, you might want to also write this down, and then you'll kind of get the hang of it. Purchase price times profit margin is equal to profit. I want you to solve these 4 problems. Pause the video and see if you can solve them, and then we're going to come back and go over the answers. Okay, the purchase price of a commodity is $80. Let's highlight the information or underline it, because that is a very good habit to have. So the purchase price of a commodity is $80. And now in these questions, they're just telling you the values, okay? And really all you're doing is applying the equations. But in the word problems, know that you're sometimes going to have to find this by yourself because it's not going to directly say to you, what is a purchase price, what is a list price, do what. So sometimes you have to find this out by yourself. So the purchase price of a commodity is $80. If the list price is a 20% increase in the purchase price, then what is the list price? All you do is you multiply 80 by 1.2. So remember, it's not just multiplying 80 by 20%, it's multiplying by 1 and 20%, which would be $96. After a 10% discount on a product with a list price of $500, the sales price would be blank dollars. So this should be simple to understand if you've ever gone shopping. The list price, if it's $500, a 10% discount, it would just be it would be taking away 10% of the cost. So essentially we're multiplying $500 with 90%. So that would be $450. Number 3. If the sales profit of a commodity, so this profit, is $72 and the purchase price was $120, then what was the sales price? Well, all we do is $72, $120. All we do is we add, and then we have $192. Last one. If the profit rate of a product is 13% and the purchase price was $50, what is the profit? So that would be 50 times 13%, and we get $6.5. So here's a summary. In discount sales problems, the relationship between sales price, cost, and profit would be profit is equal to cost minus sales. Profit margin is equal to profit divided by cost times 100%. Sales price is equal to list price times discount over 10, and sales price is equal to cost times 1 plus the profit margin. Remember that 1 plus, okay? It's very important. Lots of people forget to multiply, to be adding on that percentage. You're not just multiplying that percentage, you're multiplying 1 plus that percentage. This just sums up all of the relationships we went through between the different values. So you can also copy this down. This is kind of similar to the previous things I've asked you to copy down, just organized in a different way. So if you're this type of person who works well with lists, then this is good for you. Let's do a problem. So here there is a clothing store, and there's 20% off signs everywhere. So now this employee is saying, boss, can you make money selling this way? Because it doesn't make sense to be having so many discounts, and how can you make profit out of this store? So here's the boss. I increase the list price by 40% of the cost and then sell it at a 20% discount. I've calculated that each piece can earn $15. So then what is the cost of each piece of this clothing? First, let the cost of each piece of clothing be X dollars. We're setting this because this is the unknown in the problem and it's asking us to solve for the cost price of each piece of clothing. Now let's fill in this table. The cost would be X dollars. The list price would be 1 plus 40% times X. The sales price would be the list price times the 80% discount. And then the profit would be $15. This is all from the problem. From this, let's think about, so we're trying to find the cost price, right? So let's try to write an equation out of these values that contain the variable X. So we could do the sales price minus the cost is equal to the profit. So yeah, we're just using the equation, the values that we learned from the previous slides to help us write down the equivalent values in this problem. Solved, X is equal to 125. The solving process, usually you would also have to write out. I'm just not writing it because I don't have enough space on this slide. And I think you've already kind of got the hang of it with transposing terms, combining like terms, removing brackets, all of that. So the answer is the cost price of each piece of clothing was $125. So that's a very expensive piece of clothing. Well, it depends who you are, but that's pretty expensive in general. A shopping mall sells a product at 20% off of the list price. The profit margin of the product is 10%. If the purchase price of this product is $1,800, then what is the list price of this product? Think about what you're being asked for, and think about the values that they are given, and also think about the relationships between these values. Pause the video and underline or highlight these important information and the question, and then that should set you up for success to solving this problem. All right, so here's the analysis. We know that the profit margin is equal to the profit divided by the purchase price, which is equal to the sales price minus the purchase price divided by the purchase price. So this is vital to solving the problem, finding this equivalent relationship. Then we can use the values given in the problem to substitute into this equation, this formula. We first set the list price of the product as X dollars. Therefore, we have the equation 80% of X minus 1800 divided by 1800 times 100% is equal to 10%. Solved, X would be 2,475. Therefore, the list price of this product is $2,475. So, again, the steps to solving this type of problem is to identify the important information and to identify the question. What makes this so complicated is you really have to, the wording kind of messes with you. All of these values and relationships can kind of get you at times because it's so confusing. So it's really important to stop, mark the information you're given, and mark the question, set an appropriate variable, and then use the formulas you're given to write out an equation. And then it's really just solving. But writing that equation and finding the equivalent relationship is key to solving these problems. And here are the equivalent relationships you can often find in these problems. Sales price is equal to purchase price plus profit. Sales price is equal to list price times discount times 0.1. Or sales price is equal to purchase price times the sum of 1 and the profit margin. Let's do some additional practice. It costs $2 less to buy a book with a 20% discount than a 10% discount. Therefore, the list price of the book is blank dollars. That would be $20. A store sells commodities at 10% off of the listed price and can still make a profit of 20% the purchase price. If the purchase price is $21 per piece, then the price of each piece would be $28. Example 3. The purchase price of a product is $200. The list price is $300, and the profit margin after discounted sales is What discount is this product sold at? I want you to pause the video and again, find the equivalent relationship to help you solve this problem. Well, let's first set the variable. So this product is sold at a discount of x, and then we have the equation 300 times x over, so here it would be, here would be 100. Minus 200 is equal to 200 times 5%. Solved, so x would be 70. So this product was sold at 30% off. Sorry for all of these typos. It should be 100. Class summary. So we went over this. So the relationships between the values in discount sales problem. Profit is equal to cost minus sales. Profit margin is equal to profit over cost times 100%. Sales price is equal to list price times the discount over 10. The discount over 100. This should be 100. The relationship between sales price, purchase price, and profit margin is cost times 1 plus profit margin. We learned to accurately understand the relationship between profit, cost, and sales price and discounted sales. We also apply linear equations to solve simple discount sales problems. Thank you so much for watching through Inquisitive Kids. If you liked our content, be sure to hit the like button down below and share it with your friends and family. If you would like to be notified when we upload our next videos and our next lessons in this unit, be sure to click the notification bell as well as the subscribe button to stay notified. Thank you so much for watching through Inquisitive Kids, and I'll see you next time.